Hey guys! Hi guys, it's me, Toy Freddy, and all my friends. Say hi, Amaya.
Hi.
Yeah, it's Amari and Aaron's sister here, and guess what? We're gonna be watching, we're gonna watch Llama Arts.
A channel called Llama Arts, and it's a channel when they take horror stories to animations.
Yeah,
Real life stories.
Yeah,
real scary.
Yeah, you don't know what they even said. So, Mr. Nightmare
is the one who is the voice actor to all these characters.
No.
Voice actor.
No, they said Mr. Nightmare is the audio. Mr. Nightmare makes the stories, and Llama Arts takes this audio and puts it in and just animates it. So
whatever. Let's just do a first animation.
But we have to tell our characters. We have to see the characters. And guess what? Mario, Yoshi, and Luigi are back. Yeah, we're back. We're back.
You have on your animation.
What? We're back on the animation reactions. Don't do it.
Okay. Where are we going to watch first?
Pikachu, Mango, Fanta Foxy, Chica,
Lara,
Baby Luigi, Baby Mario. Okay, hi everyone. Hey.
You guys know everyone. Like Baby Peach is here a lot. She does that under it.
Let's go. I don't know if
Hi.
go anywhere.
Hi.
But let's see.
Say hi, Baby Peach.
It's definitely
Hi.
Wait, did it work?
Hi.
Okay, so guys, we're ready. Let's just start. Let's start the video.
Which one are we watching
There's
first?
something here. Oh no.
Okay, guys. Sorry. Get out of the camera, Bonnie, please.
I was looking for a car to buy for my son for his 18th birthday.
Hello again.
I was searching all the
By the way, this thing is called Craigslist Horror Story.
Cars.com, eBay Motors. They were all overpriced as expected.
Okay.
Craigslist was the only place to find an actual deal.
Okay. What is Craigslist? Bonnie, get out of the camera.
Toyota Camry. It had 67,000 miles,
I can't see
no
you.
accidents, no
can't see you
damage,
either,
and
Freddy.
in addition
Go,
for
come on,
only $3,500. This seems like a steal for such a reliable car with such low
Oh my
mileage.
God, that car
The
sounds
seller lived about 10 miles
nice.
from me, which was a reasonable drive when looking for a car. I gave him a call to set up a time to come check it out. The man sounded normal on the phone. He assured me that there were absolutely no problems with the car. He introduced himself as Bob.
That guy looks disgusting.
I brought along $3,500 in
Oh, he
cash,
found his
even though I
name.
planned on wiggling down the price as much as possible.
I think that's
I
what
pulled up the dirt road to Bob's property about 15 minutes early. It was a tiny little house with a decent-sized property, only because it was a bit far from the nearest neighbors. The garage was open, so I walked over to see if anybody was inside. But except for an unusual amount of car parts, it was empty. The car was nowhere in sight. The only car on the property was an old pickup truck. I went over to the front door to check the house numbers. It was the right address. The doorbell button was missing, so I knocked on the front door.
Okay,
I
knock on the
knocked for
door.
exactly 5 minutes before deciding to give the man a call. So I dialed his number, and I heard the sound of a cell phone ringing from inside the house.
What? So he didn't?
Oh my God, it's scary. Oh my
Now
God,
I
it's
knew I
scary
had the right
crap,
house.
man. I
I didn't understand why
Peter.
he was home, why he wasn't answering.
Why
I
was he not
decided I had to
answering
take
the
a
door?
peek
I
through
know.
one of the windows to see if
That's
anybody
so
was
stupid.
inside.
Oh my gosh.
Peering through the glass,
Yeah,
I couldn't really see
shut up.
much as it was pretty dark inside the house.
Dark enough.
I saw a very old-fashioned dining room set, but
Ew.
across from that, I
Holy.
saw somebody standing at the back door of the house, staring outside.
What?
I figured
Get in
that
the
must have
camera.
been Bob, so I knocked on the window.
I don't need to get in the camera. I can see perfectly.
There was no gate or anything to the backyard.
No gate
It was just a wide open yard since this wasn't a rural area. I simply walked around the house to the backyard. I didn't understand how he couldn't hear me. When I got to the back door, I made a shocking realization. The figure standing by the door was a taxidermied human being.
Ew!
I ran straight back the way I came and back to
So
my
that's
car.
like you took all
I
the
looked up
stuff
one
out
last
of the
time
body?
before driving off.
I don't even want to
The
talk
blinds
about
to the
that.
window I had peeked into had been shut.
Oh my God, dude! Why would they show that?
Somebody was at that window watching me.
He
You
was
probably
doing
guess
that?
I had the gas pedal to the floor the whole way home.
Shut!
The whole situation still makes no sense. All the car parts, The fact that there was no Toyota Camry, the taxidermied human being, the fact that there was no car there leads me to believe that whoever that man wasn't planning on selling me anything. And that also leads to the disturbing thought that I was very close to
trying to
becoming
kill
a
you.
lifeless statue staring out that man's back door.
Yeah, he was.
I promise you. Click it.
Oh, that was the scary one, but we didn't hear because of Maya. So we'll get the next animation.
No!
So this one we'll be watching, but we don't know what. So we are
I was
pretty.
looking for...
So we're watching.
Sorry, guys, if we do this. They don't need this.
Next.
Okay, then this one is called Midnight Office.
Wait, is it called? Yeah.
That's what I said.
Shut up.
Excuse
Ew.
me, I farted.
Working the night
I'm
shift
funny.
always
Shut up.
sucked.
Okay.
I work in an office building and would constantly do the night shifts since it was the only time it would
Shut
work out for me. I was just about always the only person on the floor I worked on,
Okay.
possibly in the whole building. There would always be a kind of eerie feeling to being in such a big building with most of
who's
the
that
lights
girl?
out and
She's kinda
absolutely
beautiful.
no one around.
Wow, she looks good.
But on the upside, it was peaceful
She
and less
looking
stressful,
cute.
and I was
Shut up.
able to get a lot of work done.
Disgusting.
There was this one night,
Why
though.
are you
It was a
working
Friday
at a night
around
shift
2 in the morning.
by
I know.
I
yourself?
was typing away
I know.
on my keyboard.
Especially by yourself.
I heard a noise from
Especially
outside
by
my
yourself.
cubicle. It
No,
sounded
dumb
like
idea.
just
Wait, is
a
it the guy
random
from the
cracks
other
in
one?
the walls or something.
Yeah, I think he was.
It's unusual in this
It's the
building,
guy
but
from the
I
other
didn't get
one.
too concerned about it.
And
I
my
resumed
eyes.
typing away and was once again interrupted by a sound.
Yeah.
This time,
Yeah.
the sound of a computer starting up.
What?
It caught me off guard. I was sure that nobody else was working the night shift.
Why? Why are you
I
looking
stood
at my
up on
shop
my
night
chair
shift
to get
there?
a view of
That's
the
even
cubicle
more
walls.
creepy. Where's
Oh my
There, the
God!
computer screen
Someone
in the
else
dark
is
was
in
visible
there.
on the cubicle
That's
on
not
the
even
opposite
supposed to
side
be
of the
there.
room.
Is that bad?
Then I did
Oh,
something
yeah,
Obviously
no.
it is.
something I regret. I asked if there was anybody there in a yell, hoping to get an answer from a
Why
fellow
would you?
employee. But instead, I saw the glaring light of the computer monitor across the room turn off, and there was once again nothing but darkness on that side of the room. I started getting nervous. I turned off the
Why
lamp
did
and
you
computer
even
screen
yell
so that I
out?
wouldn't
What
give
are
away
you
my
even
position
doing?
to whoever that was. I crouched down and tiptoed out across to a nearby cubicle. There was just utter silence. I sat waiting for something to happen for God knows how long,
You should stay.
but I eventually
Just stay
decided the coast was clear. I tiptoed down past all the cubicles until I reached the opening near the exit door to the stairs and elevators. And that's when I realized that my fearful suspicion was true. There was a man crouched down
Shut
behind
up,
the
Lord, your
plants in
tongue
the corner of
sucks.
the room, dressed in all
that's it.
black. I felt my heart
Oh my
sink as I
God!
noticed him.
What?
Someone's right there.
Like he knew that I
What the
noticed him.
heck?
I turned back to the stairway door.
Run!
There was no way I was going to wait for the elevator and take a chance.
Actually, no.
I casually opened the door and closed it behind me, proceeding to walk down the stairs.
The
After
animation
making
made
it
me
down about 2
Are
flights
you
of stairs,
walking?
I heard the door above me
Run!
push open aggressively, followed by
Oh!
manic, echoing footsteps coming fast down the stairs.
Sure.
I raced down
Run,
the stairs,
run.
running as fast as I could, all while the footsteps above me were getting louder. I
Oh,
finally
getting
made it to the
louder.
first
He's
floor,
right behind you.
raced
I
through
know,
the lobby
yeah,
and
yeah.
out the front door.
He's
Whoever
right
was in there
behind you,
didn't
dude.
follow me.
I'll get.
I immediately called the cops, along
Yeah,
with
you
one of
should,
my
you
bosses. My boss said no one was scheduled to work except for me.
Ugh!
The cops scanned the place
What's
from
that?
top to
Ew.
bottom. There was no one in there.
Ew, not
Couldn't
his
help him out with
face!
any description other than he was wearing all black.
Okay.
I did continue to do the
You
night
found?
shift for about a week after that,
Why would you?
with my boss allowing me to lock all possible entrances to the floor, including the elevators. But I still wasn't comfortable with it. So ever since, I've been doing the day shifts.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
That was
that's
cute,
good. That's
man.
way better.
Okay, this was one was pretty great, but
Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. I gotta see something.
hey, what?
Is that Ricky right there?
Yes.
That's Ricky.
Who's Ricky?
That's the doctor from Ricky and Morty. I don't really watch that show, but
Ricky, oh.
that's Ricky. Look.
Ricky?
Okay, never mind.
Whatever, screw that.
Okay, guys. Now let's go to the next animation. Sorry, guys. We just have to do this, but
So this one we watching is the one
how
called...
a cool animation? I don't know what that says, but
Yeah, but let's get to it.
come on, Amaya. Let's watch it. Let's watch it.
You can see some weird things when you're tired. But the thing about this story, I wasn't tired.
Oh.
Me and the family
Now
were
be
on
quiet, now
vacation
wait.
to some resort in a very rural area of Pennsylvania to
Oh,
make the setting
Pennsylvania.
creepier. There weren't many young people there for me and my brothers to hang out with. It seemed like more of an adult resort. But then one day when I was walking outside of the main lodge of the resort, I for some reason looked up to a window on the second floor and saw a teenage girl looking down at me. From that distance, she looked kind of cute, so I gave her a wave.
Why?
But she didn't show any sign of reaction,
Is that fucking Slendrina?
so I just moved on. However, later that same day, I was so bored that I was sitting on the swing set at the little playground of the resort.
From the window.
Cheap boy.
That's when I saw the same girl again.
What?
She was a little ways away from me, down past the
That was
playground,
close, actually.
close
That's
to the tree
Slendrina
line.
right there.
And she was just standing there, staring at me.
She's still like.
Being a teenage guy, my hormones controlled
Oh,
my
you didn't see her
body.
face yet.
And so I got
It was
off the
just white.
swing and began walking over to her. As I started getting closer to her, I realized she wasn't as cute as I thought she was.
Ugh.
There was something about her face that just gave off a creepy vibe.
Ugh.
I can't put my finger on it,
Ew.
but if I had to say, I think it would have to do with her eyes and her mouth.
Ew.
I'd say once I got about halfway over to her, she turned around completely and ran into the woods. And I mean, she full on ran into the
Did
woods.
she have
Full
parents?
on
I
ran.
stopped in my tracks, completely turned off.
She's ugly.
This girl seemed like a freaky stalker.
Yeah.
I didn't see her the rest of our stay at the resort. During the car ride home, miles and miles away
Be
from the
quiet.
resort, I was thinking about her.
Stop yelling.
Oh, maybe
Jeez.
if I followed her into
You
the
don't wanna make
woods, I
anyone
could have
deaf.
gotten laid.
Ugh.
Even though there was something off about her face. But then
Why
what
would
I
you
saw
think that?
next
I'm
made
not
me
saying
feel
that
like my
word.
heart dropped
I'm
into
not
my
saying
stomach.
that.
What?
Looking down ahead,
The L word.
I saw the same girl standing by the tree line on the side of the
She
highway.
what?
Oh my
As
god.
we sped past her, I saw her head turn so that she was always looking right at me,
This is
even
creepy.
through the tinted minivan windows. I asked my parents if they saw her, and they just responded, "Saw who?" Soon afterwards, I accepted that it was all in my head, and
Oh,
that
no, it
the
was
girl
not.
was never even there.
Oh my god, that's scary,
That
dude.
one's scary. Which one should we watch next?
Yeah, these animations are cool. I guess really wish. I just hope. What?
What are you gonna say?
I don't know. I'll go. This is watching the next. Okay, now we're gonna do. Stop. Get the dick off. Okay, guys. Wait. I have to check. Okay, guys. We're gonna
Night
react.
shift.
We're gonna write to a night.
Night shift.
Shut up.
So like, night shift is scary.
It was 2 years ago.
I love
I was
these
called in to
animations.
do the night
Hope we don't
shift,
get
10
copyrighted.
p.m. to 4 a.m. at 7-Eleven, since somebody called out.
Okay.
The store was located on a busy road in a rather quiet
Where's the
and
song?
rural area.
Ew.
During the night shift, you could expect anywhere from 10 to 20 people
7-Eleven.
coming to buy a beer or something else.
Beer. Oh my god. I hate
This one particular night, there was this one guy, mid-20s, that came in.
Nice.
He started making weird noises, like loud yelling noises.
What the
I
heck?
assumed he had some kind of mental disability.
Wait a minute.
In fact, my brother has a mental disability, so I immediately felt sympathy for the guy.
You should feel bad if you
He walked up to the counter without any items,
So what?
with his head facing me,
How do you
but
trust him?
his eyes were looking up at the ceiling.
Oh my gosh.
I
Ew.
felt uncomfortable.
Look at his face.
I
Ew.
honestly didn't know how to deal with it.
You don't? You don't?
I tried speaking with him, but he only responded in loud noises. I kept checking if he was with someone outside, but he was alone.
Okay.
He was
There weren't
alone.
any cars in the parking lot, so
Why-
I assumed he walked.
Why would he walk in the middle of nowhere?
He
Did he
stood
even
there
right
for
beside
so
the store?
long, looking up at the ceiling and
He
making
probably walked
noises
like a long
that I
day
tried
on
to get him out by
Like, what is
handing
that?
him a bag of chips and telling him he can go.
Yeah, you can give it for free.
I tried finding
Then
some
all
kind
of
of
them all
number to
try to
call
get
for
mad at
someone
you.
to help him.
Sorry,
Then,
not how
out
you
of
doing.
nowhere, he finally turned around and walked out of the store.
Yeah.
I felt so horrible for the man,
I wouldn't.
but at the same time, I felt a bit creeped out.
I would have.
Yeah, I
About
would've
an hour
felt
later,
creeped. I
the
would
phone
feel
on the
creeped out.
counter
I
rang.
wouldn't be so bad.
I picked up to hear the familiar yelling sounds of the man from earlier.
What? What the frick?
It caught me off guard.
I said frick.
didn't know what to think. Other than this has to be some kind of prank.
It gotta be a prank, right?
Hung up on them.
I don't think it's gonna
Stopped
be.
becoming paranoid of my surroundings.
Oh, no,
Constantly
that was-
checking the outside through the windows.
You're gonna
Come
have
4
to.
o'clock, the person working after me came in, finally allowing for me to go home.
Okay.
It wasn't my problem anymore.
Oh my god, I'm going
I
to
got
sleep
home
on
and
here
threw all
with
my
my
stuff on the table, ready to get to sleep. But my phone rang within a minute after entering
You
the
just
door.
got in the
With
house.
your
I felt
family
a chill
or
run down my
mom or
spine.
dad or like.
Why are you gonna
Knowing
answer?
someone
Don't
be calling at
answer it.
4
No, but don't
a.m.
answer it. No.
I could
one of
only
your friends.
imagine it was bad news.
Don't answer it. Don't
I
answer it.
braced
No.
myself and
Don't
picked
answer
up
it,
the
you
phone
dumb idiot.
to hear
Oh
the
my
man again.
God.
You heard a man again.
I felt sick to my stomach as I listened to the loud noises he made. I struggled to slam the phone to the receiver.
Ow.
All night, I
should've.
felt like I was being
Yeah.
watched, even with all the blinds
Where's
shut.
he watching? Where's he watching?
And I could swear I heard strange noises coming from all over my house.
We hear the exact same thing.
I refused to get any sleep until the sun came up. Weeks passed, and I had forgotten about the incident.
How do you forget about
Until
that?
one day,
Oh, never
going into
forget.
the basement for the first time in a while,
The paper.
I found that papers had been scattered all over the
Paper?
floor.
Whoa.
And when I
thought
went into
that
the
you did
basement closet, I found writing on the walls.
that. What?
7-Eleven had been written in Sharpie on the wall, along with the address to the 7-Eleven I worked at and my house address.
House address.
The most disturbing part, I also found various kitchen knives,
What?
along with a large pocket knife sitting in a closet, which started out as seemingly just an
what was he
innocent
gonna do?
person turning into something of a prank, ultimately turned into something much more horrifying. He had been living down there for God knows how long,
What?
and I'm just grateful that for whatever
Can't
reason,
believe.
he changed his mind and left.
How do
Because
you
I
know he
haven't seen
changed
or
his
heard from him
mind?
since.
He probably just wanted to
All
go
I
to
can
another
say
house.
is that man is dangerously ill.
Okay, what do you mean that he's I'm okay, yeah, I'm so happy.
Copy.
What?
You're copy.
How? No, I'm not.
Let's continue this
How
episode.
do you feel? How do you say? Oh God, he must have left. It's okay. It's okay.
No, but God, you gotta arrest him.
Yeah,
You should call the police.
Yeah, why did you just leave him there? Stupid.
So which one? I'm gonna pick the next one.
It's my
No. This
Okay.
one we're gonna be watching is I don't know.
piece of stories.
Yeah, it's basically a delivery story at late at night. I can't wait to see this one. This one's scary. My older sister watched it and she thought it was really
Did
scary.
she spoil it? You don't even
No.
have an older sister.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, screw it.
Yeah, I do. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's go.
Can't see anything though. It's dark. This camera should dark. Whatever. Pizza delivery stories.
Hi, Ma. You watching?
I was out doing a delivery one late night.
Okay.
It was probably the longest drive I had ever taken for a pizza delivery.
Oh,
Bon
From the
bon.
pizza place I worked at, it was a 20-minute drive, which
20-minute
isn't
drive.
too crazy out where I live.
Okay.
Plus, they
Random
ordered
is
4 large
crazy.
pies, so I figured it was a party and I would get a much bigger tip.
What?
Navigating the dirt roads at night was always annoying, though. I pulled up to the given address.
Like amazing.
It was some old, sketchy-looking building, literally in the middle of a forest clearing.
Fourth
There were
clear.
no cars parked anywhere
Oh my
or
God.
any lights on.
The power
I put
off?
my car in park and called my
I
boss.
get their powers off.
I asked him to
Their
reread
house
the
is
address at
probably
least
off.
3 times to make sure I
No, their
typed it in
power's
right.
probably off.
But that
guys, stop
checked out.
talking so loud. I want to hear it.
I could tell he was in a really bitchy mood,
Oh.
and he told me to at least knock on the door and check it out.
Oh, you gotta
He
do
would
this for
normally
a
get
job.
mad if we took back 1 pie, but I was afraid of what he would do if I brought back 4.
He'll probably fire you.
Yeah.
I was insanely unnerved,
But-
but
Yeah, he
got out
must-
anyway and
Why
forced
would you
myself
go?
to the front door of the building.
Throw the pizza out the window.
There was no doorbell, so
But you might
I
not get
just
no money or
knocked really
tip.
hard.
So,
Just throw the pizza at the door and just walk off.
dude,
Screw the money.
I heard
dude, if
nothing.
he just
Didn't
give
really
him
expect
pizza
it or
free
anything.
pizza without
Yeah,
no
right,
tip or
I
money,
was extremely
he'll probably
disappointed.
he'll probably get
Not
mad.
because nobody answered the door, but
Ah, you get smacked.
because I was
in the
realizing
Mike, stop putting
that
random
it was all
stuff
a waste
in
of
here.
time and gas.
Stop yelling at him.
I
She's a
knocked
baby.
one more time out
I
of
know.
desperation.
Don't be closer. Why? Don't be
Then I
closer
began
to
to
all
hear
these
some kind
people
of
in here.
rustling
Doesn't mean
noises
they're
from
actually
inside of
random
the
toys.
building. I knocked again and yelled that I was the pizza guy.
After
There was
hitchhiking,
silence now.
Oh
I
God.
felt a bit more uncomfortable now
Can
than
we run out?
before.
Yeah, I would be
Before
gone
I
if
could
I
turn
heard
around,
that.
I noticed something at the window.
what?
There was someone looking through the window. I couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman. All I noticed were their eyes. Their eyes were open wider than I knew possible, staring intently at me.
What?
I was disturbed enough by this and dropped the pizzas and ran back to my car. The shitty thing wouldn't start until turning the key for the third time. I drove off the grass and back onto the dirt road, but I felt the car rocking about, shaking
It wasn't
and
like this
bumping.
before.
Something wasn't
shaking.
right. I didn't make it far from the building
Oh,
before
no.
I started hearing a sharp scraping sound coming from outside.
What happened? What?
There was so much resistance that I
What's
couldn't
the car?
even drive. The car came to a stop. I got out of the car to check what the hell was wrong. A chill ran up my spine as I began to feel like my heart was
Until the
constantly
TV froze.
skipping
And
beats.
fuck hold again.
Yeah.
My tires had been slashed and had completely
What?
fallen off the
Fall
rim.
off the rim.
This
Not
thing is
just
too
the
dark.
front though.
The camera.
All 4 tires were slashed.
What?
I realized somebody did this when I was knocking on the door to that building.
Oh,
What?
that's scary.
Instead of
God.
running, I got back in the car and locked the doors.
You
I
look
was
all
so
the windows.
close to that building,
I know.
I could practically see it from where I was, if it weren't for the trees blocking the view.
God.
I dialed 911
Oh,
and
thank you.
explained everything to
Like,
the
why
operator.
is the type of
She
animation
told
you
me the
call
cops would be
normal?
over as soon as possible and that I need to stay hidden. I asked her if it was advisable to stay in the car or run, and
Stay
she
in the
told
car.
me it would be best to stay in the car with the door locked.
It would be
Just
better.
lay
if you
down.
had-
Lay
Stand the line
down
with
in the
her
car.
until the
Lay
cops
down in the
arrived.
car.
My whole body was shaking. In all directions, there was nothing but dark, seemingly endless forest. I knew it would take forever for the cops to get there. I was not
Get off the
comfortable with
calculator.
sitting in that car so close to whoever did this. The next
7
part, though, is what
times
utterly destroyed me.
7.
It still shakes me to this day,
Okay.
and I hope nobody ever has to experience this kind of fear. As I was scanning all the windows, making sure nobody was outside, I looked in the rearview mirror, and there was the same person.
What?
The same
my
person I
God.
saw at that window.
What?
Oh my
Eyes
God,
open
man.
wider than ever.
What?
I could see now that it was a
Oh my
woman,
God.
and I could ever so slightly
Ew.
see a smile begin to spread across her face.
Oh my God.
I opened my door and full on sprinted
Look
into
at-
the
look
woods,
at him.
not caring how much noise I made. I ran until I was
Why
out
is
of
he
breath,
running
which
like
didn't
that?
take long, and I hid behind a giant log on the ground. I tried to cover my loud breathing with my hand
Yeah, but how would you
as
do
I
that?
waited and waited for what felt like hours
I don't know.
until I finally heard sirens in the distance.
The police! The police is
Just say
here!
I
everyone.
gathered up all the stamina I had left to run all the way back in the direction
Run
of the
like
dirt
a
road.
boss. Run. It's gonna
The
save your
glowing red
life.
and blue lights
And
came
if
into
that
view,
old granny
and I never
um,
felt better in my
but-
life.
there,
They were
then it's
parked in front of my
just
car,
forget it.
investigating with flashlights. I came out yelling at them like a
Lunatic.
lunatic to help me.
Help.
I fell to the floor and started to gag, almost throwing up from running so much.
Ew.
Oh my
They picked
God.
me up
Bro,
and
this
began
is
to question me,
creepy.
to which I explained everything to the best of my ability. One of the 2 cars drove over to the building, and the 2 officers began to search the building. They
Oh
came
my
back with
God.
nothing except for a couple of spiky objects. These objects were exactly the same as the ones used to slash my tires.
Oh my
What?
gosh. She was in the house.
The cops guessed that it was
Obviously.
some kind of sick, demented couple, being that I saw the woman,
Okay.
but unfortunately they were never found.
Oh man.
And that still kills me to this day. I obviously quit my job right
Yeah,
after
why would
that
you not
and
quit?
started working at a local grocery store. I know that I'll never forget seeing that woman at the back of my car.
Yeah, we will never do it. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
no, wait, guys, did you see that? You see that then, right?
Yeah.
It was like the ugly lady.
The lady was right there. Well, whatever. That was pretty scary. So we don't have to pause the video, dude. Stop. We don't have to pause the video because it's right here. So that's what we're watching hitchhiking. Is this gonna be the last one?
Yeah, this is gonna be the last one.
Yeah, and if we gotta get like a
Raising our
lot
voice.
load of likes at least,
We're
we
leading
will
the way.
watch more animations.
If
We'll
we
be
get
like
if we get 10 likes, 50 likes, then we'll do another one. I don't think we'll get
so
any likes though,
hitchhiking
'cause we're
horror
YouTubers.
stories. Shut up.
3 months after I turned 16 in 2005, I
Tell-
got my first
tell
car,
him,
a 99 Toyota Camry. On a warm
Camry,
Saturday
ooh,
night,
that's
when
a
my
beautiful
friend Alex
car.
invited me
Oh
over
my
to one of his
God,
friend's
give
big
me that
parties,
car.
I knew I wouldn't be in a condition to drive the Camry home afterward. So
There's
we
always a plan
carpooled
right
with
now.
Alex's girlfriend, Brianna. We lived in the countryside of Virginia, meaning less big parties. Meaning when there was a big party, it was a huge deal and everyone would go.
Ooh, this is animation.
We lived about 5 to 10 minutes away from this kid's house. I knew where he lived as I was acquainted with him, but not exactly friends.
Yeah.
Why are you not
The
friends?
whole ride there, we took the same two-lane highway type road through the woods. And this kid's house was actually on this road further down.
Move.
At certain points on this road, there were a few houses on either side. And then it would just go back to being a long, empty highway again.
Empty highway.
The house was tiny, like a lot of houses around the area,
outhouse
but the
house.
party was held outside anyways, since his closest neighbors were relatively far away, and noise wasn't an issue. I'll skip most of the party up until the point that Brianna, who was supposed to be our designated driver, had to suddenly leave for a small family emergency. Alex said it was fine and that we'd find a ride home.
That's a messed up friend.
Well, fast forward another few hours and another few drinks, and I could barely even walk straight. I checked my watch, and it was like 2 in the morning. I figured it was time to go.
Why would you say
I started
up
looking
that
for
night?
Alex, but I
That
couldn't
late?
find
Oh,
him
we can see
anywhere.
now. Thanks,
In
whoever
fact, it
that
seemed
did
like
that.
everybody I knew had already left. I could barely even think straight, but I was still furious at the fact that Alex could have actually left without me.
Bad friend.
I asked to use the party host's phone and dialed Alex's home number. After 2 tries, I gave up and then
That's a
realized I shouldn't
bad
wake his
friend.
family up.
Don't ever get friends like that.
So, literally not knowing what else to do, I dizzily stepped out onto the road and began walking back home. I knew this walk would take anywhere from half an hour to an hour in my condition. Maybe after 15 minutes of walking down the road, the slight shine of car headlights on the road was fading in from behind me. Jumping for joy inside, I lifted up my arm and stuck out my thumb.
Okay.
As the car neared, it slowed down and came to a stop right next to me. The man driving the '98 Ford Explorer rolled down the window and asked where you headed. I told him my house was just down the road and beyond a right turn, probably slurring my words beyond.
Okay, sorry about that. We just needed to cut the lights on.
Oh my god, our sister killed
Get a
ruining
camera.
it.
No, she wasn't. You stupid idiot. Chica Junior. Leave, like, Maya was just trying to
Let's
help
get back to the
this
video. Shut up.
This one out here.
Comprehension. He chuckled and told me to hop in. I thanked him and joyously hopped into the truck. I was exhausted, and I remember completely disregarding things the guy was asking me because I was so close to just passing out. And that's what happened. The
Why would
memories
you
of being
sleep
that
in
truck
someone's
turned to
house?
a fog,
I mean, car.
as I'm sure I passed out.
Did you hear that? What's that sound?
The next thing I remember, I woke up still in the moving truck. The guy looked at me and laughed, but didn't say anything.
See where the ball
I looked around and realized the road we were on wasn't familiar. I nervously asked, where are we going? He then said, so what were you doing out this late anyway?
Answer the question.
As the man answered my very straightforward question with another irrelevant question,
Why you
the
keep on
sobering
doing
reality
it?
of the situation hit me. You can let me out anywhere, I told the man. The man responded with a firm no. I felt like throwing up as he said that. No, I really actually felt like I was going to throw up.
Why?
I started to gag as I felt more and more nauseous by the second. The man took his eyes off the road to look at me, and that's when I thought of the perfect distraction. I turned in his direction as I continued to gag, and he started to kind of lean away and slow down the car. Thankfully, I drank as much as I did, because I finally threw up and made a point of doing it all over the man's lap.
That way you
The man
get.
yelled in frustration and stopped the car, and that's when I took it upon myself to run for my life into the woods and duck behind a few bushes.
Run in the woods.
The man came following into the woods with a flashlight, and on 2 separate occasions, he shined the light
Why is
straight
he
over me without
searching for
noticing.
you?
Eventually, I heard his footsteps walk even further into the woods past me. That was when I ran back to his truck, but unfortunately,
Try to
he
get to
was
the car.
smart
Try to
enough
get to the
lock
car. Try
it.
to get to the car.
By some miracle, I saw
his
another
rock.
car approaching in the distance, and I ran out into the middle of the street,
Go,
waving
go,
my
go,
arms like
go,
a
go.
lunatic.
That's the only choice you
The car
have.
tried to avoid me, but I wouldn't let it. They were forced to stop, and I yelled at them to help me before they came back. Once I told them that I was kidnapped by the man who was driving that Ford Explorer, the driver agreed to give me a lift. Not to the police station or anything, but to my house.
That's a
I
good
made it
person.
back
That's a good
safely where I
person right
couldn't
there.
thank the driver enough. I immediately woke
Didn't
up
try
my
to kidnap
parents and
him
told
or
them.
anything.
My dad wanted to know if I got his tag number. And then I felt like punching myself in the face. I
Oh.
failed to get the simplest information from the guy that would have allowed me to actually properly report him. All I knew was that he drove a faded blue 99 Ford Explorer.
Okay.
I made sure to give
nice
Alex
car.
a piece of my mind, and part of me always held a grudge against
Take
him
that,
ever
boy.
since, just
Yeah,
for abandoning me at a party without telling me.
Yeah, that's what you
I
get,
haven't
boy.
seen him in 4 years now, however,
Wow.
and this was actually the first time I even thought about this incident for almost a year now. As time goes on,
So that was
even the
really
worst
like-
of memories may start to fade. But after writing this to share with the internet, it's once again fresh in my mind.
Fresh in my mind. Okay. Well, that was a creepy story, guys.
So there's a lot of animation we're gonna be watching today. So if you guys enjoyed this video, subscribe, like,
And what would you do if you were in this situation, guys?
yeah.
If I was there, I would just be really scared. Like,
Yeah,
I would just I would punch the guy in the drive, like, and then he would just be like, oh, and then he would just fly into the woods, and then you break the windows and I jump out. That's way too much. That's way too specific.
Down.
So, to stop, and you can just obviously just break. I would do is just hit him, and then you just open the door.
Okay.
Or you can just hustle him really hard, and then
This is now. This is going to be too long, and we couldn't be able to upload to YouTube. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And how?
wait, we have to say sorry. So Llamas, please, if you see this video, please don't copyright us. We love your videos. Please just don't copyright us. Don't copyright us, please. Why
would it copyright us?
Well, yeah, because we're watching this video without permission.
Oh. Should we ask them?
We can't.
How?
We can't do it in comments.
Do I should
No. No. So please don't copyright us, Llamas, if you're watching this. We're just trying to see. We just wanted to see what this was. This is a great video. These were some great animations. This is great. And subscribe to Llama if you're watching this. So everyone just subscribe to Llama, us. Just subscribe to us and like this video and subscribe to
this thing.
and subscribe to Nightmare. Mr. Nightmare. So
And by the way, if it might happen, then we're not uploading this video.
So, see you, bye guys. Bye. We'll see you later, guys. Bye. Wait. Bye.